Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you about what motivates you when things get tough. When all else fails, what keeps you going? And it's easy to say family or interests. You remind yourself of your goals, but sometimes it doesn't click. It's very, very hard to stay consistent and mentally prepared when you have so much going on in your life. A really bad tendency I've had is when things get really busy, I neglect those things in my life that keep me going and can provide that sense of escapism for me so that I can reset and push forward. I find myself not applying effort into those things that are alarmingly important. And to me, that was always basketball and running. This past school semester, I did not play basketball at all. I haven't played basketball in over 7 months. Up until last week, I've played twice and it just felt amazing. It felt like something that I needed for so long, but was just shoving aside. I continually ran. Basketball and running to me is definitely more than a sport. To say they are simply parts of my lifestyle, I feel would be undervaluing them. I definitely recognize that there's a window of time in life where I can enjoy these sports, where I can take advantage of the health of my body, because the way I am today will not be physically the way I am in the future. You will only be young once. It's about putting in the work now. Please don't neglect what makes you feel like yourself. And I did that for so long because my schedule got so busy, and the easiest thing to do was drop these activities, because if I made ends meet in my school and work, I was okay. And by doing so, as a consequence, I felt blindly empty. I didn't feel like myself, but I made it a habit to just normalize that and make it as if this is how life is. When you close yourself out like that and you keep a mindset, you miss out on opportunities. It makes me really thankful to wake up today with so much that has happened so far this year. Sports, to me, it's always been a sense of escapism. So the people that I look up to in the sports world is no exception. It's part of that escapism. With the recent news of Kobe Bryant's passing along with his daughter and the 7 other passengers on that chopper, what resonated with me so much is that life can be taken for granted so easily. It's a reminder that you have a certain window of time to get things accomplished. We wake up every day to so many bad habits that we neglect, and we just continue the cycle of life, assuming that we get another day to just continue and roll with it, take care of those problems, address them later. Next thing you know, 3 months, 7 months, years pass, and no changes occur because we're in this dormant lifestyle. Kobe Bryant to me was more than a legend, more than a hero. He was one of the first basketball players I looked up to, and me being from 8 to 12 years old, seeing him play at his prime, growing the way he did and revolutionizing the game of basketball, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. I was the kind of kid, I never hung up anything on my walls, but I did hang up at a certain point of time for at least a few weeks about 2 Kobe Bryant Google images of him on the court playing, me joining the basketball team those middle school years and high school. Kobe was just my favorite player. The reason why people loved him so much was not just because he was a basketball player. There's the family aspect that people really admired, him being a father figure and a leader off the court. Also, a really important aspect about him is that he chose to define his lifestyle, his brand, his personality, everything about himself as a trait that is in all of us, a success trait, which is that work ethic, that choice to go beyond the standard that is placed by either yourself or others. It's going beyond your limit. And that's why him being so well versed into the sports world, it was just a shock from all sports, all kinds of players, all kinds of people who work at anything. It's not only basketball. The Mamba mentality, as they say, can be applied to any aspect of life because it's just searching for that win, searching for that positivity. And when you look at Kobe like that and you see his legacy and what he built up until a few years after his retirement, it was just amazing to me. I just want to emphasize right now, cherishing what you have, because you will be at greater circumstances in the future. And right now, it's just important to capitalize on whatever you may have. And that's easy to hear, but it's hard to apply because we do have bad habits. For some of you, it may not be a sport. What takes you back and gives you that magical piece could be makeup, could be games, could be just traveling. It could be anything. The thing about life is you can have that thing that anchors you to keep going, but things will not be perfect. And I urge you in those times of difficulty to visualize the outcome of your goals, to visualize what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, to have what you wanted, all that you've worked for, to achieve it the day you graduate, the day you find that career, the day you find that job, you find the home, you find the car. Picture yourself waking up to the home you own with the person you love and having the problem of, where do I want to go today? What fun do I want to have today? Whether it's twice a week, once a week, just visualize the outcome of success, not stagnance. I urge you to just do better. I really want you to maximize your happiness with whatever cards life has given you. It's not a responsibility to change our circumstances, but it is our responsibility to adapt and mold ourselves from them. The Mamba mentality is a phrase to remind you that don't ever doubt the fact that there is a champion in you. The first thing you need in line to succeed is your mindset. The hardest thing to do is stay consistent when you know you can do it, because problems start coming. It's really hard to stay positive sometimes, but we have to keep going.
It's one of those moments, I think we all have moments like this in life where it just seems like that day is never going to end. It just seems like the moment that you're in just feels like the darkest moment to you. You personally feel like, I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know if I can come back, and you have to issue that challenge to yourself and try to respond to it.
Heroes come and go, but legends are forever. And forever are we champions. Thank you, Kobe.
Let's go play some basketball.